Hello everyone, Julian here, and we're going to do a full demo walkthrough of GetOffTheDamnPhone so we can see all of the features and functions. This is going to be a little bit long, so if you want to skip ahead to a particular section, if you see on the progress bar on YouTube, it's all broken up into sections. You can go to the particular section you want. You can also look in the description of the video and click on the timestamp and it will take you to that particular timestamp. All right, so let's take a look at the LinkedIn scraper. Okay, so you go into prospecting tools. All right, the first thing you need to do is download the extension. There is a video here which will show you how to do that. It's very easy to do. I'm not going to show you now. You can watch the video to learn how to do that. And then you just need to access LinkedIn. Okay, so we're on a particular profile, LinkedIn profile. Let's click on this first option, find phone and email. Now you'll see over here the information is locked. So all you do is click on unlock profile information and it will tell us the data that we can scrape. Okay, so we've got 2 email addresses as well as all the profile information, and we've got a phone number. And then all we do is add to LinkedIn list. Now over here, our lists that we have previously created are there. So we select the one that we want to save this contact in. So if we don't have any lists, we need to access the lists and create a list. So let's do that now. So all you do is just create a list and CTO, Sydney, whatever. I'm going to name the list, whatever it's called, create the list. Then we go back here and just refresh the page. And if we click on this, it will add it to that particular list. And we can do this for individual profiles. Now if we go back to our list, refresh it, and there it is. So that's just for an individual profile. Now we can also choose, now we're obviously going to build this list up to be thousands of contacts, and when that's the case, you can either download it as a CSV or you can transfer it to a campaign. So you want to create the campaign beforehand, and then when you have created the campaign, it will appear in here. I'm going to show you how to create a campaign coming up, but your previous campaigns will be here. Okay, so we're going to do a search. We're going to search for CTOs, right? Make sure you've got people selected, and then you go over here and click filters, okay? And there's a whole lot of information where you can narrow down on locations. You can, search based on hashtags that they have used. So maybe you want people who are active on LinkedIn and post a lot of content and talk about startups, for example. You could search for that. The current company that they work at, the previous ones, school they went to, industries, languages. There's a whole lot there that is going to help you really filter down on your searches. All right. All right, so I'm gonna search for Sydney. Now New South Wales, we'll just do Sydney, okay? So show results, and we just click this button, extract emails from this search. Now you'll see here the list. Once again, the list is already there. If that's not the list we want to save it to, we would just select it from. If we haven't created the list, once again, we click on that and go and create the list, which I've already showed you that. So let's click on this button and it's going to start saving. All right, I'm going to stop it. So we're just going to see what we got in about a minute. All right, let's jump back into our list, and here we've got 19 contacts in there. So we can click on that, have a look at the data. Okay, so we've got a lot of phone numbers and we've got a lot of emails. Okay, so that's how you do it. That took a minute. So you can imagine how much data you can get doing this. Let's go back here. You can download it as a CSV file, open it up in Excel or Google Sheets, whatever. You can transfer it straight into a campaign, so you can start emailing people as well. All right, let's have a look at this, auto connects and visits, and click on that. Here we can send automatic connection messages to people, and this is going to allow us to build our connections quickly based on the search. So we're using those search filters, searching for the exact type of people that we want to have a network around us of, all of that, the people that we're targeting. Anyway, in here you write, your message that you're going to send. Hi, I love what you guys are doing, etc., etc. Okay, so we wanted to give you guys three options, right? The first option is just to visit all of the profiles. It's kind of like a low impact approach. And what that means is the people will see on their LinkedIn profile that you have visited them, and then some people will send a connection request because you visited them. The second option is you send them a message and then you send a connection request. So it's like asking permission to do so. The third option is you just automatically connect and send a message at the same time. So it's just about how aggressive you want to be in your strategy. You enter random actions between. So how many random actions in between? That's just going to randomize everything so that it looks natural. Leave it on the default if you want. And this will stop after 100 actions. And you will just click that. That's how you send a lot of connection requests and build your influence on LinkedIn in an automatic way. Okay, let's take a look at the Google My Business extractor. This is a really powerful tool, probably one of my favorite things that we've got here. And there's a lot of industries that need to contact local businesses, or maybe you've got an SEO agency, marketing agency, maybe you want to contact all of the contractors, building contractors, plumbers, People overlook this, but there is so much good data on Google My Business, and I really love this tool. You can get tons and tons of phone numbers. So if you are going to be using the call center, this is a great one. You can also get tons of domain URLs. You can get tons of email addresses as well. For that, we go to enrichment, find B2C local businesses. Now, before we start, we need to save our leads in a list, and we need to create a list. So click on here, create list, and I'm going to call this SEO Colorado. Then click create this list. We go back and we see our list there. I spelled it wrong, but you get the idea. So we're going to search for SEO businesses in Colorado in the United States. Colorado. We click search businesses and we wait a few minutes. Okay, now we have the option here of saving these businesses one by one, which is done by clicking this big red button, save this lead. And you'll see here we've captured phone numbers, email addresses, etc., as well as the website URL, the address, everything you need to know. Now we can actually automate this where we just click this button and these leads will start saving into the list automatically. And this is really powerful because you can leave this running for hours, you can leave it running overnight, come back to it and have thousands of leads. So we're going to save some of these. We're just going to wait for the automatic lead saving to take place. Okay, I'm going to stop this. We're just doing this for an example. So let me just click on this button here to stop saving. Then we're going to go over to our lists. So we click on this button to view lists. Okay, so here's our list. Now we have options here. We can download them as a CSV. We can transfer them at the click of a button into a campaign so that we can start emailing them automatically. Now you will need to have created a campaign, which you can do by clicking the campaign button up here. But we're just going to view this data and have a look and see what we got in just 30 seconds. Okay, so we've got leads, and if we have a look, we've got website URLs, we've got quite a few email addresses, we've got phone numbers, and there's a lot of businesses on Google My Business that perhaps are your ideal customers. So, SEO agencies, marketing agencies, it could be contractors, builders, plumbers, all of that stuff. They've all got phone numbers and most of them have got email addresses. Sometimes you want to target a particular company, or maybe 3, 4 or 5, 10 different companies that are all similar, and you want to get the list of contacts, employees, decision makers from that particular company when you know the company name, you know their domain, for example. So how do we do that? So we go to enrichment, find B2B contacts. Now what you do is just name your list. So let's say we're doing social media companies in Santa Barbara. And you just paste the company names or domains in this field here. You can put 1,000 entries in there. So we're just going to do one, for example. Click upload my list. The software is working, and soon we will be able to see what we've got. Okay, that's finished. So let's click on view the data. Now remember, I only did one example company here, but we have a look. We've got vice president, account executive, account manager, web designer, business development specialist. It's just from one entry. We've got all their email addresses, and we've got, looks like in this case, we've got the main phone number for the business. So we could call them up and say, can we speak to so-and-so from, whatever department? We could send them an email as well. You can click here and download it as a CSV file or an Excel file. And once again, you can transfer the data to a particular campaign. And that's going to put all the emails in, the first names, the company details, etc. And you can start emailing these people. We're going to go into campaigns soon, and I'll show you how to create a campaign. Now, we also have a huge B2B database where we can enter in some search terms and just get thousands and thousands of results that if you're going to do a cold calling campaign, you might want to go in there and just get a huge list that you can start calling. So let's take a look at how to access the huge B2B database, okay? So we go to enrichment, find B2B companies. Okay, you want to select your location. I'll do United Kingdom. Let's say we want to do accountants. We want to do 11 to 50 for the size. Okay, so just like that, we've got 1,000 accountants from the United Kingdom, accounting firms. Then we just click create a new report. And we just wait a couple of minutes for that to populate. So we've got that data. Let's click on this and download it as a CSV file. Okay, so I have uploaded this into Google Docs, Google Sheets. You could open it in Excel, whatever you want to do. And we've got all the details here. We've got your URLs. We've got the particular locations. We've got a bunch of phone numbers. So we've got the company names. We've got the URL. We've got their LinkedIn profiles. And we've got hundreds and hundreds of phone numbers. Let's see how many phone numbers we've got. So in less than a minute, we've got 400 phone numbers of a particular occupation in a particular location. You could upload that into the call center, or you could, just call straight off the sheet, I guess, if you're not using the call center. But it's just very quick and easy. Okay, now if you remember, I showed you a tool that would allow you to put in a bunch of domains, and you would get all the contacts from those domains associated with the domains. So what if you have an old database of companies that you have worked with that you want to reconnect with, or somebody's just compiled a list of companies and you want to get some information. So what you can do is you can get the domain names automatically for all of those companies, and then you can enter the domains in and get all the contacts associated with those particular domains. You can just spend a couple of minutes doing this and get a huge list. So I'll show you how that works. So you go into enrichment, find domains from company names. So over here you want to paste in all of those company names. You can paste in 1,000 at a time. You need to create a list. So I don't know, list 3, whatever. And we're going to convert this and get all of the domains associated, okay? So that'll run for a few minutes. Okay, now you can view the data or you can download it as a CSV file. Now, obviously, in this example, it's just going to be like Amazon.com, etc. And you think, how am I going to use this tool? But there are a lot of scenarios that I can think of where, maybe you're in sales and somebody has created a list of companies that they want to target, and they've just got all of that company data, but they're not all necessarily going to be .com. They might be .co.uk. They might have a totally different domain. This just allows you, this is a bulk tool that's going to save you a lot of time if you have that particular requirement. If you have a whole lot of company names and you want to quickly get the domains, and then you can hone in on the domains and get all the context from those domains. So for salespeople, this is built for salespeople primarily. Maybe you're an insurance broker, insurance agent, and you know a whole lot of really good companies that your competitor has that you want to go after. So you could just quickly get that big list of domain names and then get all the contacts from those domains. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the website scraper. So we can individually go to individual websites and scrape the contact information from those. So to access that, we go to Prospecting Tools, Web Browsing, Extract Emails. You'll see this page here. You need to install the extension, same extension. I won't go through how to do that. The instructions are here on this YouTube video. The next step is to create a list. So we just click this to create a list, and then this button here, create a list. And I'm doing San Diego insurance companies. That's what we're calling it. Create the list. Okay, now we just go to an individual website and we just click on the extension in the bottom left corner and finding contacts for this website. So we just wait a moment. All right, so we've got all the emails from this website, and you just need to select your list. The list that we've created is already selected, and you just click, save all the contacts, and we just go back, and the contacts have been added to the list. If you don't see them, just refresh your browser. We can view the data, we can download as a CSV, or we can transfer it to a campaign. So there's the data. We've got email addresses, we've got a phone number, and we have got LinkedIn profiles. So let's go back, and same thing as the previous tools, download as a CSV file or an Excel file, or transfer straight into a campaign. So that's how you use the website scraper. So what do you do if you have a big list of domains and you want to get contact details from them in bulk? So the way you do that is you head over to the data extractor, find emails on websites. Once again, you name your list and you just paste in all of those domains, click upload, and then that's going to find all of the contacts from that bulk list of domains. Okay, now we're going to look at the tool that will allow you to find individuals if you know their name, first and last name, and perhaps you know their company domain. So maybe you've scraped a whole lot of individuals off LinkedIn, but some of them you were unable to get email addresses. But you really want to target these particular individuals. So what you do is you create a list of first name, last name, and company name, and then you can upload it into this tool. Now I'll show you this tool. So you just click here on build emails, find emails from first name, last name, and company name. Use this software. Now you have two options. You can do a bulk upload where there's a big list of people, or you can do it one by one. So I'm just going to show you first of all the bulk. Now you'll see here it says download the example file. So this will show you the format that your spreadsheet needs to be in. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So up here it just has first underscore name, last underscore name, company underscore name, and you just paste in first names, last names, and the domains, and then you would upload that here where it says upload a new CSV file. So let's do that. Okay, that's running. Just wait a minute. Okay, that's done. So once again, you can view the data, download it as a CSV file, or transfer it into a campaign. Right, let's view the data. So we've got email addresses. All right, you can do this manually as well. So let's have a quick look at that. So here you enter in the name of the person that you're looking for. All right, let's see if we can get details for this person. So what the algorithm does, it studies the individual company domain and the structure that they use for their emails, and outputs the result even if this email address is not published anywhere and this is the correct email address. So that's how you do it on an individual basis. Okay, let's check out the cold email sending software. So what you need to do is go in here, send emails. Now, if you are not on this screen, just click on this logo and it'll take you back to this main dash. There will be a more in-depth tutorial as well, which you can get more details from, but this is basically all you need to know. So you need to create a campaign, you need to have a list uploaded, and then you attach that list to the campaign. You have your sender, SMTP details entered in, and then you write the email. That's basically it. So let's start there. So what you do is you need to create some emails, and you click on create a template, and here you can write them in manually, or we have a gallery of templates which you can use, or a gallery of cold email templates. Basically, these are text-based. Now, the best way to do it, I think, is cold email with this type of text, mostly text. You don't want to have all of the fancy stuff on there because it just looks more real, I think. And you would enter your details in here. Now, we have all these macros which you can use. So if you wanted to show the date today, for example, you would copy that and just paste it into your message. Obviously, the first name macros are all in there, and you will just edit that text, and then you just click use the template and save it. Okay, we also have a dynamic image generator as well. So I'll show you that image personalization. What that means is that you can use one of these type of images and use the macro, put the macro on top of the image. It's pretty easy to work out, and I'll show you how that looks. So if I go back to my messages, click on preview generator, pick the list, and I'll show you that in action. So here is an image template, and for each contact it just puts in their first name just to make the email stand out and help you with people actually paying attention to it and reading the message, because not many people take the effort to do things like that. And when it's automated in a system like this, there is no effort. It's really easy. Okay, all right, so SMTP server, you need to add your SMTP details. So you need to have some sort of email account to send from. So you might have Amazon SES, or you might use a whole bunch of Gmail accounts, whatever you want to do. So, but you need to have something to send from. So let's have a look at that. So you put in your name and your sender name, the email address you're sending from, for example, and your SMTP host details. So you need to get that from your SMTP account provider, the port that they use, and you put in your password. If you are going to use Gmail, you want to select Gmail here, and then that will actually populate the fields with Gmail's sending host and port details. You need to put your password in, obviously. You do need to select IMAP. So if you were doing a follow-up sequence, you need to have IMAP there. If you're just doing a once-off email, like a broadcast, you don't need to send that, but most of the time you're going to want to check that. And then you will enter your IMAP details in, obviously, and password. Click update, and then we're going to connect to the email and just check it. And if it's all okay, it'll give you a message. If it's having a problem, then you'll need to go back to the field that's highlighted and put in the correct details. So maybe you got the password wrong, whatever it is. So that's how you put in your sender details. All right, so let's take a look at lists. Okay, so here you can import. So you can import a CSV file that you've previously created using the GetOffTheDamnPhone tools. Or you can do it directly from the tool itself. So I'll show you how to do that. So, so we've got some data that we have previously gathered, and you can just click here, transfer to campaign, and it'll show the campaign that you've previously created. You select that, click start the transfer, and it will just populate all of those contacts into the list which is attached to the campaign. You will be able to see all of your replies here, so people that have replied, and then you can create new campaigns to all those who have replied. So if they have replied and expressed interest, you want to have a second campaign that you can send to them. All right, there's a sending calendar. So when your campaign's running, you'll be able to see what emails are going out, where to who, and all of that, and your unsubscribe list. All right, so let's go into campaigns and have a look at how to do. So once you've got it all set up, you just click start the campaign and it will start emailing. So let's just have a look in here. So you can send an instant campaign, which is a broadcast email, just a once off. Now, because if you select that IMAP setting in your SMTP settings, you can send a sequence. These are great. So if you're doing cold email and you're sending emails to people on LinkedIn, you might have 12 emails, coming out once every couple of days. So you want to have something like that because it takes a few emails to get people's attention. So you just name the campaign, whatever you're going to do, the sender. So we've already created the sender in the SMTP settings. You want to select the list that you're going to use, and when you want to start the campaign, if you leave it blank, it'll start immediately as soon as you click that green button. So over here it says when a contact replies, force to continue sending follow-up emails. So the reason that's there is that I don't want to, if somebody's expressed interest in my campaign, I didn't want to keep sending them emails. I want to stop. So, if they have signed up for your appointment or whatever your event is, why are you still sending them email for the initial cold campaign? So you want to leave that so that it stops sending the campaign. And then you can have another campaign for those that have replied. Okay, so you just want to think about what you're doing, but that's basically how you do it. You select the time zone. You can select the times and days that you send emails, and that way, so you're not sending them on a Sunday or whatever. So if you leave it blank, it'll just send them out on the particular days that you specified down here. So you need to select your email to send. So that is where you do that, and that'll be one of your templates. All right, then you add a follow-up email. You want to select when the follow-up email will go out after the first one. So we're going to have a 2-day gap, and then you can mix up the time a little bit as well. So not only 2 days later, but add an extra delay onto it just to vary the time. It's not really essential, and that's basically how you do that. So you add all your emails in, and update configuration to save. So then all you do is just start the campaign. So that's going to be by hitting that button. So that's how you send an email campaign. Pretty easy. All right, on the topic of sending cold email, I do just want to mention that the way to do it is to have multiple accounts. Okay, so you want to have multiple SMTP accounts sent, and then you want to have multiple SMTP accounts set up. And then you can set limits on each of those accounts. Now, why would you want to do that? Now, it's not just about sending out the emails, okay? So the way spam filters work is they monitor each email account that is sending out emails, okay? And if you send out too many emails from one account, your email will get blacklisted, and all of your messages will go into the spam folder. So I have I have a video called the satellite method. And what we do is we set up multiple email accounts, and you have limits on each account that you gradually increase over time. And that way you keep everything in good standing with the spam filters so that you are hitting the inbox. So you do need to watch that video, the satellite method, and that's going to show you how to set up multiple accounts and how to make sure that you're doing everything correctly so that your deliverability stays high. If you're sending out 500,000 emails a day, what good is it if they're all going in the spam folder? Okay, so you need to, and you don't need to send out that many. Okay, so this with the cold email sending, you need to be thinking about quality rather than quantity. Okay, And with our tool, Get Off the Damn Phone, all of our email scraping tools, you can get a really quality list of real people, real email addresses, and you set up a sequence that is going to be sending out friendly emails to these people so that they respond. It's not just about blasting out an email randomly, because that's not really going to work. People will just ignore it. You want to be having a relationship with these people. So you need to watch the video, The Satellite Method. I won't go on about it too much, but that's the key to succeeding with sending cold email. So, and as I mentioned, you're going to have multiple accounts. You should have multiple accounts if you're going to be doing cold emailing. And then you set your daily sending limit here, which can be increased. Okay, so you increase the daily by X amount of emails per day, and then stop increasing once your daily limit reaches. Okay, so you need to watch that video to work out how to set all that up. I don't want to make this one too complicated. Now you've got warm up. Okay, so if you click on the warm up center, and you can activate this, and what that's going to do is warm up your email by sending out emails to our clients in inboxes that are using this feature. Okay, so it's going to warm it up, it's going to send some emails, it's going to receive some emails, and what that does is the email servers will see normal email behavior, because you can't just blast out emails from a brand new address. So these are the things, if you watch this video, you're going to learn how to set it up all correctly so that you're hitting the inbox. Okay, so that's just some important information. On the topic of sending email, I'm going to show you how to use macros and Spintax to generate dynamic content in your emails and create variation, because if you create variation, it makes each email look more unique and helps you stay out of the spam filters. So everything helps with sending emails. So assuming you're going to create a campaign, or you can edit an existing campaign. So I'm going to just edit this one, then click Edit Template. Okay, now down here you'll see macros. So you can copy this and put it in, and it will give you the current day in text, or you can have the current day in number format, or the current month, for example. You can have it generate the next day from when the email is sent. So if you sent it on a Monday, it will display the day Tuesday. So there's all these things that you can show so that you can have current and correct information in your emails. So you can populate any of that via a macro. The other thing is Spintax. So if you have a look here, if we copy this and pop it in our email, it will, every time the email goes out, it will use a variation of this. Now, you can do a lot better than just this example. So what I do is use ChatGPT. So I'll show you how to do that, and you can get just way more variation in your emails. And let's have a look at that. So you go over to ChatGPT. Now, you might say, quick question, and that's going to be your introduction on the email. So what I've typed into ChatGPT is this prompt: a block of text consisting of 20 variations of quick question enclosed by that particular symbol. Okay, so that means we can just copy this and paste it in. So I'll show you. So a block of text consisting of 20 variations of a quick question enclosed by that particular character, which is on your keyboard. So now we can just copy this whole thing and go back here. And so I put this here, right? And you need to have this spin with 2 brackets. So I'm going to copy that, paste that here. And you need to have 2 brackets on the end, right? So the end is here. Okay, so that is so much quicker using ChatGPT. And now every email that goes out, that first little phrase is going to be different each time. So you can actually go through And every single word or every line, you can have 20 variations going out, and it does not take long if you're using ChatGPT. So you just need to work on your prompt so that it will output the correct format that can be just pasted in. So that's a huge time saver and well worth doing, and it will help your deliverability. All right, so we're going to have a look at how to check your email statistics and how to do segmentation after you have sent out a campaign. So you click on the Send Emails button, and you just want to click here, View Statistics. So if you see here, we had 1,197, 559 opened, 201 clicked, 81 replied, and we had 21 unsubscribes. So that's how you can work out what messages work better than other messages, and you want to always constantly check on your stats, check your deliverability, and all of that stuff. All right, so how do we do segmentation? Click on Activity, and then create a segment. So you can create a new list from all of the people that you have already sent a particular campaign to. You can create a list from anybody that has not received that particular campaign. You can create a list from people that have opened it. Now think about that. So if somebody's opened it, they've definitely read the email, they've seen the campaign. So then you could create a follow-up. Maybe you could say, hey, look, I know you checked it out. How about this? For 48 hours, we're going to do a 50% discount, whatever, because they've seen the offer. You can create a list from people that have clicked on it. Now, the people that have clicked on it have actually gone to your landing page and looked at your offer. So they have a high level of interest. So then you can create a list and create a campaign for that list that is going to give them a special offer or whatever, just extra follow-up, see if they want to have an appointment call or whatever. So you want to always be going back into your statistics after you've done a campaign and then creating a new list so you can create a new campaign based on the activity and the level of interest that the people have. Let's talk about the call center. So I've set up the call center so that if you are using it, all you need to do is basically upload your leads and click go, and it will start dialing through. So we're going to take a look at that. There is a separate login. I'm not going to show you all of that because it's only specific people who are subscribed to the call center will need to know that. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use the Power Dialer call center software. Now remember, you can do this yourself and you can easily make 100 calls per day. I can prove it to you. That's what I do. Or you can have one of your sales reps log in, make the calls, or you can use an agent that we recommend for you and get them to log in and make the calls for you. And it's very easy to do because we set it all up for you and show you how to import the leads. We'll even import the leads for you and we'll set up everything. So all you need to do is click the button to start calling. I'll show you how that looks. So you just click on this, let's get started, and it will start dialing straight away. And then from there, we're just going to hang up on this call. We're not going to do a real call. And then it will give you this menu. So you just got to mark on there whether you got no answer, whether it was a voicemail, it was busy, or it was completed successfully. Then that will trigger action. So for example, if it's a voicemail, you can click that and it will automatically drop a pre-recorded voicemail message saying, look, I was trying to give you a call about this, give me a call back. Or you can have it send a text, it was a missed call, give me a call back, whatever you want to do. You can send them an email automatically depending on, how the call went. And we will set that up for you so that it'll send the email that you want to send out. And this is all the functionality that's in there. It's huge. There's so much you can do. You can go in and create your own workflows and do anything that you want. And basically, once you've clicked on the call disposition, it will start dialing. And there's a bit of a buffer zone, so you can have it set to a minute. You can have it call straight away, depending on what you want to do. And if you're impatient, you can just click the next lead button and it will dial the next lead. And you can click pause to stop at any time. All right, so that's a run through of Get Off the Damn Phone. If you've got any questions, hit me up. I'm pretty easy to get in contact with. You can ask support and they can handle any of your questions as well. If you want to get on the free trial, do that. 14-day free trial with no credit card needed. The only thing you can't do on the free trial is the call center. Thanks for watching.